Moon Knight finale. Let's give our thoughts on it, man. It's my favorite Disney Plus show, man. I think it's so good. I love it. That ending, one, I think it's the best ending out of any of the shitty ones we've had.
Yeah.
Is that arguably is that accurate to say that was the best ending?
I think Loki still sticks the ending a little. I like the Loki ending a little bit better.
Okay.
Sylvie breaking the multiverse, the tease of what's coming up. But yes, it's top 2. Absolutely.
Okay. I thought they nailed it. I loved pretty much everything about it. I just thought but mind you, it was also the shortest. It was the shortest episode. So this dude wrapped it up in the shortest amount of time.
Yeah.
I love this director, Mohammed. I forget his last name, but Diop. D-I-O-P. Mohammed Diop.
Yeah.
Great guy. I want a Moon Knight movie, man. The gods fighting in the background as they're fighting. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
Freaking Layla gets she's blue scarab or some
Scarlet Scarab, is that what it was? I don't know. She was a Marvel hero that was once a guy, but like nobody gave a shit about the guy, and now she's cool as shit now.
I love that whole reveal, and that they got to fight alongside each other. Moon Knight, Jake Lockley. I just thought they did a great job of giving us a great, huge finale while still servicing Mark's story, and then setting us up for. Oh, again, hopefully season 2. I'm sure there's going to be a season 2. You don't introduce Jake Lockley without that.
Well, yeah. Interesting enough, Oscar Isaac said there are no plans for season 2. He says he has no plans to return for season 2. He has plans to return to the character, but not for season 2.
You know what? Whatever it is.
Mohammed Diop and Diop. Oh my gosh, I really hope we're pronouncing your name right. You are fantastic director, fantastic showrunner. So apologies if we're pronouncing your name wrong, but.
Right.
He said it would be a shame not to have a season 2. So they're saying like competing things at the moment. Look, Oscar Isaac's going to return for season 2. We know that. But like, will Marvel give this a season 2? Because I think this was an expensive show.
It was definitely. But it showed. And I think it paid off. I love to see this. And I bet you if Oscar Isaac gets that Emmy, it's over. Season 2. I bet you they'll greenlight a season 3. Yeah. I want a movie. They're not going to do a movie though. To be honest, the next time we're going to see him on screen, I bet you it's going to be with like Blade. It's going to be with everyone. I don't think it's going to be a solo. Oh, timeout.
I think they might. So remember, Marvel's doing that Werewolf by Night movie.
Don't get me excited. Okay.
That Werewolf by Night. Moon Knight is a big part of that movie because he's chasing after a werewolf. Now, again, this is another new thing being tossed into the Marvel Cinematic Universe with werewolves and Blade and other shit. So, but. I think we might see him again, and it could be as soon as October this year.
Oh man, that's great.
But yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm saying I wouldn't mind a whole movie just on Moon Knight. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Like I'd be down, but I don't think that's what they're going for. I don't think so. They're gonna the next time we see him is gonna be with introducing that whole whatever that Knights of the whatever thing. I don't forget the name. Sorry, Marvel Knights. Sure,
Sons of Knights. I don't know.
But I would love a season 2 because that was a great season. Well, first of all, what did you think of the finale specifically?
I loved it. I thought it was great. It was I loved Layla's performance, and I loved that she got to be a superhero finally. I loved how Khonshu ended it, and they like bookended the series the season. They are Marvel marketing is being very specific, saying this is the season finale, whereas everything else is the series finale. I loved how they bookended that, saying Mark Spector always thought I wanted Layla as my avatar. See, no, he doesn't get it. I don't want Layla as my avatar. I want Jake Lockley as my avatar. And Mark still has no idea how messed up he really is. I really liked the action scenes in it. I mean, like we finally got more than a 2-minute action scene, and it was so cool watching Layla fight with Mark and Steven.
And Steven, he was switching in between at will.
Yeah, the interchangeable stuff was so fucking cool. It was insanely cool. Yeah, it was insanely cool. Like he runs, and then when the next time you see him in camera, like pretty much a straight cut, he's in the Mr. Knight suit. And in Mr. Knight suit, he's beating everybody ass. It gave me like Daredevil vibes. Yeah, it was so cool.
being able to like see like whatever is more advantageous to them in the moment.
Yeah,
that's what they use. Oh my god! I mean, the potential for that is just again, insane. And it's pretty clear that Oscar and Mohammed thought this very well. I mean, it was part of their freaking 10 commandments for the show. We're going to ramp this up. We're not going to give everything all at once, and every episode we're going to give them something more. We're going to build each time.
Yeah.
And oh my god, it paid off really well. There was that part where he, like Moon Knight, or I forget who gets kicked into the building, but he gets kicked into the building, and then he has like a freaking, like a Batman, what do you call it?
Like a batarang.
Yeah, whatever that shit is. I was like, holy shit, that's awesome.
That was cool. Yeah. The action scenes. More importantly, I did like Mark going back to get Steven because he dies in the last episode.
Yeah.
I like that he finally accepts we're Mark Spector.
Yeah, we're
together.
One.
We make him. And he doesn't want to live a life without Steven. Like it's really, really kind of poignant, I think. And it works really well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
it also gives another, it makes you think about people with that disorder, or who, about loving yourself. It's a really poignant message about like, maybe it torments you, but perhaps it's still you, and you should love yourself. Like you shouldn't blame yourself for being a little different, because sometimes it's out of trauma. It's just something you need to do, and you should love yourself. I just thought that was great. I agree with you. And that's a superhero. It's a mentally, it's a person who has a mental disability, basically, being a superhero. I think that's fucking awesome. I mean, what's more Kanye West than that?
Oh my god.
This is probably Kanye's favorite superhero right now.
Probably is, yeah. Dude, yeah.
I told you the superpower.
Yeah, man. Like I thought it was a really great way to end it. And I hope there's more to come. Oscar Isaac, when Oscar Isaac puts Harrow in the Rolls Royce, and he's like, he kind of pushes the thing away and then he kicks the wheelchair. I was like, should I be laughing that hard right now? Because this is really funny.
It's good. It's so good. That whole end scene is so good.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know what else to say. It was perfect. It was perfect. Yeah. And again, they keep building Khonshu. I love Khonshu because he's just this wild card. You don't know what the fuck to feel about him, but he's so cool. He's wearing a suit himself. He's wearing a suit, right? He's this cool guy, like, but he wants to do the right thing, I think, but he's doing some shady shit to get there.
You think. Yeah, you still, by the end of it, you still don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah. I mean, he stops Ahmet, and so he did the right thing, but what is his end game here exactly? And why is he being so, he's willing to kill, obviously.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. He's willing to kill.
Which is, are Khonshu and Jake Lockley completely in step? Like, does Khonshu have full control of Jake Lockley?
I think I think he has an agreement with Jake Lockley. I think Jake Lockley gets Khonshu. I think he's fully into it.
Yeah.
It just goes to show that Jake's been there the entire time.
Right.
And that Khonshu's been talking with him for God knows how long. And that's so intriguing to know, like that's been happening for years. I mean, just stuff like that. I mean, they only introduced that at the end in the post-credit scene. It opens everything up like so well. You can
start season 2 with a bang, with the part of the fight we don't get from the end
that's
sequence.
Exactly what I was thinking. That they would show the parts that we didn't see. Jake being there and Dick doing that. Yeah,
dude. I think it's
rock on, man. I'm so stoked. I couldn't love this. But I asked you if this was the best finale, and it's not for you, but is it the best series overall? Do you think it's the best series overall for Disney Plus so far?
Yeah, I would say it's probably the best series. I mean, it's really hard for me to put it above Loki, but I think I actually would.
Overall,
I think it's just a tad bit better than Loki, just because you do get to see Oscar Isaac shine, and it did feel more self-contained and less about the MCU, because Loki did feel very much about MCU. Like this show not only is going to serve the purpose of showing off Tom Hiddleston, but it's going to show the purpose of Sylvie, and also what this means for the MCU wider. And like this show wasn't worried about that at all. you know? And I think that's what made it great. That's what like elevated it to put it above Loki, in my opinion, because that's fun. And that's, you know, like, yeah, it's nice. And we've talked about this, and I've talked about this with other friends. It's nice that this character can exist outside the MCU.
Yeah, absolutely.
Without any connection, because there is zero connections to him at the moment.
It isn't. Yeah, and it feels, and so all of a sudden everything feels fresh again.
Right.
You know, when it's not tied to that kind of stuff, and we can just enjoy a good story, but a great character.
Exactly.